Now, the next thing within Testimonial Shield, once you log in the beginning as a client, the next thing I suggest doing is setting up your feedback form. So we'll customize your feedback form. Basically, what that is the survey that you will be presenting to your customers so that they can provide feedback and therefore and hence a testimonial. Now, within the feedback form, we have some questions that are in place that are standard. You do not have to keep these questions. They're just suggested questions. If you do not want to keep the question, simply click on this word, include this question. If there's a green check mark next to it, it means that it's included in the survey. To uninclude this question, simply click on include this question. If there's a red X next to it, it means it will not be included in the survey. Make this question mandatory. That simply means, as you've seen on the internet, I'm sure, when there's a little red asterisk next to something, it means that this form will not be submitted unless the customer fills out that field. If you have a particular question that you want to make mandatory, simply click on make this question mandatory, although I'm glad that happened. It must be included to be made mandatory. So when there's a green check mark next to something, that means that this is active. The question is mandatory. If there's a green check mark here, it means that this question is included in your survey. So again, there are a handful of questions that are fairly standard that we not necessarily suggest, but they're there. You can include them or not include them in your survey. And if you want to include a custom question or create a question, you can do that down here. You simply write your own question. Do you like our customer support? Question mark. A question description, if you want, it would be a mouse over pop-up. In other words, it's someone, when they're reading this question, puts their cursor right here on the question, a window will pop up that describes the question in more detail. Not always necessary, and a lot of times we don't want to take up our clients' valuable time, so we want to keep things as simple and straightforward as possible. But if you do feel that the question merits greater detail, you can go ahead and put that here. Now, question type. Is it a text question? In other words, will the customer be providing a long answer? Is it a yes or no question? Is it a long text question? Is it multiple option question or a single option question? Let's start with yes or no question. If it is, click yes or no, and then simply write yes, enter, no. And when the question is saved, there will be two checkboxes, and your customer can reply either yes or no. Then click on add this question, and that question will be added to your survey here at the bottom. Do you like our customer support? Yes or no. And then again, don't forget to include the question and or make the question mandatory. Now, for example's sake, let's do another question that's multiple choice. So example, multiple choice question. Multiple choice options. To do so, you don't have to number them, just write the options here. The options can be orange, green, whatever you like. It was excellent. It was really bad, etc. And there's no limit to the number of multiple option questions that you can include. Again, add this question. The question will be added, and it's here at the end. Now, if you want to put your questions in a specific order, you simply click on this button that reads Enable Resorting. Click Enable Resorting, and that allows you to go to a question, and let's say you want to make this the third question. Left click with your mouse on top of the question and simply pull it down to the third spot. And another example, let's bring this one. You want this to be the first question. Again, left click, hold the click down, and just push the question up till it's the first question in line. Like that. And then in order to do any other functions, again, include the question, make this question mandatory, etc., you have to then disable resorting. So whenever you want to put the questions in a particular order, remember to enable and then disable. Once you've set up your feedback form, you can preview the form by simply clicking on Preview Form, and the form will pop up exactly like it will be displayed to your clients or customers, except for these links will not be there. Again, this is the logo that you will have uploaded, so it'll be your logo, and then the form is below: name, email, phone number, address, the questions that you decided to include, a box or a checkbox or disclaimer asking your customers for permission to use their feedback as a testimonial review, a security code to make sure that these are not being submitted by robots, and then your customers will submit feedback. Again, this is just a preview of exactly how the form will be displayed on your website. Again, and this is probably the most confusing part of the entire thing. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to email customer support. Thank you.